You just did a countdown?
We are live.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How y'all feeling today?
We are so good right now. How about
Absolutely.
yourself?
I'm just happy to be here. I'm excited.
I'm opening up to everybody now. I'm about to tag both of you all.
All right.
And then Jason. Okay, we are officially live. welcome, everyone. I'm Erica Jones, the CEO of Express Tech Software Solutions.
And I'm Jason Cheek, the CFO of Express Tech Software Solutions.
At Express Tech Software Solutions, we provide coaching, training, tools, and so much more to empower tax professionals and help them to scale and grow their business.
Our mission is equipping tax and finance entrepreneurs with what they need to build wealth and thrive.
We are so excited to speak with Mr. Terry Foster today about mastering retargeting ads. Could you get him a little bit about your background?
Wait, before you go, we
Okay.
got the man, we got the myth, we got the legend in the
I'm
building.
sorry.
We got the legend in the building. Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Jason. So yeah, absolutely. I can share a little bit more about myself. So my name is Terry Foster. I'm the owner and founder of Terry Foster Consulting, and I help business owners grow and scale to over 7 figures with effective digital marketing. So excited to be here. Hopefully, I'll toss a few gems that you guys can pick up to strengthen those retargeting audiences so that you can start making some more money.
Yes, sir. Yes. But don't drop too many gems. You gotta save for Saturday.
Oh yeah. There's a lot in the bag for Saturday. They're going to be dropped there for sure.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And it's so great to have you here, Terry. I have a question.
Yes.
Why are retargeting ads so effective during tougher economic times?
Yeah, because it's about visibility. So retargeting is all about visibility. So it's really tough to get someone to just see your ad or see your business one time and expect them to become, a client. Typically, it doesn't happen like that. There's a lot of attention being bid on, especially, these days. So you have to stand out. You have to stay top of mind. And the way to stay top of mind is by being visible. So if your potential clients are continuously seeing your stuff pop up, guess what? They're thinking that person is probably pretty good. They're pretty legitimate because they're always around, especially if you're providing value, you're helping them out. They may not need you right now, but guess what? When they do need someone, they're going to think of you because you're always all over their feed. So retargeting is something that every business owner needs to have going for them for sure.
That's right.
Yes. I hope y'all writing it. Oh, they're loving it. They're loving it. You got like 3 likes already.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We just getting started.
Yes, sir.
I got one question for you, though. What should businesses avoid with retargeting that may turn off audience right now?
You said what should businesses avoid with the retargeting?
Yes. What should businesses avoid with retargeting? Yes.
Especially right now.
Yeah, so with retargeting is definitely important to amp up your creatives. And so when I say creatives, I mean your image or your video, because typically retargeting audiences are going to be on the smaller side. Like unless you're really, really big, you probably don't have a retargeting audience of the million or 2 million people. Hopefully you do. That means you're making a lot of money, but typically for small businesses, that audience size is going to be a little bit smaller. So you don't want them to go blind to the ads that you're serving. So I know you're thinking, hey, you just told me to be visible and you want them to see it as many times as possible. That's accurate. But if you're always showing them the same exact ad, the same image with the same exact copy, then they can become blind to that. So since they are going to be seeing your ads a lot, you want to make sure that they're fresh and that you have different variants that they see. And it's really easy to do with Facebook. You can use dynamic creative so that It mixes and matches a lot of creatives together, so you can throw. I don't want to go too deep because there's a lot more on Saturday, but you can throw a lot of creatives together. So like, let's say you have 5 images, 5 videos, and 5 versions of ad copy. That's 125 different possible ad variations. It's 5 times 5 times 5. Yeah, my math was right. So there's ways to do it to where you can get fresh ads in front of people, but still do it efficiently. But that's definitely one of the things that I see wrong is you see an ad from a retargeting ad, and it's always the same thing. So if it didn't convince me that first time or the 10th time, the chances are it's not going to do the 20th time. But maybe there's a different hook that's needed. Maybe I need to see a different value proposition. Maybe I need to see a different creator. Maybe I need to see a different offer. So that's a great way to test. So make sure that you just don't let your retargeting campaigns get stale.
Got you.
I hope y'all paying attention on what to avoid. Y'all pay attention. This is what to avoid. It'll save you all money. This is a recession. Okay. How can tax pros craft compelling retargeting ads on a budget during tax season? Because tax season is around the corner.
Yeah, so it's definitely around the corner. So you want to make sure that you are retargeting. And again, the retargeting strategy is very similar to the top of the funnel. But for the retargeting, definitely I like to think about what are the reasons, what are the top reasons, what are maybe like the top 3 or 5 reasons that people aren't doing what it is that I want them to do, because you wouldn't have to retarget if they did what you wanted them to do the very first time they saw, your ad. So if they're not signing up, what are the reasons? Maybe, it's the cost. Maybe they don't think that the value is there. Maybe they don't think you're experienced enough. So you just map those things out. What are the reasons? And that could be different for, every business, but as a niche, you probably are seeing similar things, but then you create retargeting ads to attack those, to overcome those objections. And you put those in front of their face. So every time they see it, you're knocking down this objection. Now you're knocking down this one. Now, after you knock them all down, like, okay, maybe I should give this a try. I don't have any more objections on this. So they may, give you an opportunity.
Right.
Yes. Hope y'all are writing down those budget retargeting ad tips, because we are sold out. If you don't get it now and you're not coming Saturday, I don't know what to tell you. Please make sure y'all are writing down these nuggets, because that's exactly what they are. This is the Facebook guru. He's very humble.
Yeah, in terms of budget, that's another misconception, is that you need like a big budget to run retargeting, and that's simply not the case. Even if you're not spending money at the top of the funnel for cold audiences, every business, every tax business should at least have retargeting ads up to get back in front of the people that have showed some type of engagement with you. That can be as little as $5 or $10 a day. Because again, you're not going to have a massive audience of 1 million people that have visited your website but not opted in,
Right.
or 1 million people that have engaged with your Facebook and not, like if you're running that type of traffic, then, you would be a very, very big business. So most of the times we're really just trying to get in front of those, people, whether it's a couple thousand, whatever it is. Everyone has some people. You have more than you know, but it's not going to take that much money to get it back in front of those people. $5 or $10 a day is at least enough to get started.
Yes. Someone said, how do you suggest managing multiple businesses in a meta suite?
So if it's multiple businesses, I guess it depends on if it's multiple businesses, but like, let's say it's franchises. So it's technically different businesses, but they're still the same type of business, then you could run it off of one account. But typically I always suggest, even if that was the case, even if it's a franchise model, like I always like having one ad account per business. This is great for record keeping, simplicity, just keep things separate is always a good practice for your businesses. But the only time that I would even consider a suggestion, if maybe it was like a franchise where I have the same exact business in 3 locations, and that's the case, you possibly could do it on one ad account. But yeah, I just like to keep things separate.
Gotcha.
Smart.
Gotcha. I like that. Like that. All right, hold on. I got a question for you. When it comes to creatives, what makes for high converting retargeting ads?
Yeah, so high converting, again, it's really overcoming the objectives and your creatives. When I say creatives, are actually, there's two parts of the creatives. There's the video or the image, and then there's also the ad copy too. So you don't want to forget about the ad copy. Both of these things play a part, but really, making sure that you're overcoming objections, like you're showing the value. You have a good offer. Offer is always king. But basically, those are things that drive the conversion. And definitely for your type of business, anytime that you can show social proof and build that authority, so it helped these people, it helped these people. So if it's helping everyone else, why can't it help me save money on my taxes, or whatever it is that they're looking for. So in any type of client based business, from an ad perspective, the success of your clients is always one of your biggest assets, because it doesn't really matter what we say about ourselves. It doesn't matter if I say I help businesses grow and scale and we run Facebook ads and make a lot of money. That's cool. Some people are going to believe that, but they're going to believe it a lot more if that actual client is the one that's saying it. That matters, and people take that a lot more seriously. So always try to collect that and use those assets to your advantage.
I love it. How is Facebook adapting to its ad strategies and the algorithms that account for the decreased spending from businesses during the recession?
The algorithm is a ever evolving type of phenomenon. So like the algorithm is definitely always, trying its hardest to get every business a return, no matter how big or how small. So actually, a lot of people think that Facebook only wants like the big giant corporations, the behemoths, running ads because they got the most money. But that's really not the case, because Facebook, its bottom line is that they want people to engage and stay on the platform. So they want small businesses, they want unique businesses, local businesses running ads, because if every time you logged on to Facebook and it was Nike, Apple, McDonald's, like that, people aren't going to like that. People are going to leave the platform, and that's actually going to drive Facebook's bottom line down. So, they want us all to win, and, they encourage that. But of course, there's different challenges as a smaller business compared to a big business, but the algorithm, does its best, and Pixel is a big part of this, making sure that you have your Facebook Pixel installed so that you're giving Facebook's algorithm signals on who it is that you actually want to get in front of, what those people look like, what type of action they're taking. But, that process works the same if you're small or if you're big. The algorithm is trying to get us what we want, because guess what? If we get what we want, we run more ads, we spend more money, and Facebook makes more money. So it's not like they're doing it because they're doing it because it's in the best interest of their business.
Right.
Oh, I got something for you. What's a good way to test Facebook ads?
It's all a test, especially in the beginning. So you need to, first have a budget that you're comfortable with. That's different for everyone, but that's probably going to be a question that pops up. So let me just answer that now. In terms of budget and getting started, and I already gave the budget if we're just talking about retargeting. If you're just doing retargeting, you can do $5 or $10 a day. But if you're actually trying to run a full campaign and test and get enough data to kind of make an impact and not take forever, then you probably want to aim at like $50 a day, and that can include top of the funnel and bottom of the funnel in terms of the budget. And in terms of testing, it's very methodical. So you want to test one thing at a time, but you want to always be testing. So the first big test may be, I want to test how a video does versus an image. And then, okay, I found out that the image is winning. So now the second test may be, how does image 1 do versus image 2? Like, okay, image 2 wins. Like once you kind of do that, then, there's also audience testing. So the big thing is you always want to be testing at least 2 things, no matter how small your budget is. And that's one of the reasons why there is like a minimum budget, because let's say that you were spending $5 a day, but you wanted to test 50 different images or 50, like you're spreading yourself too thin. You're not giving yourself a chance to collect any data because you're spreading your funds way too thin. So that's why, we recommend a minimum budget so that you can at least at minimum run, a split test of 2, because if you're only running one thing, then you're not testing. So like the simple answer to your question is always, have something to test against. So just don't run one audience, run at least 2. Don't do just one creative, do at least 2. Don't do just one version of ad copy, do at least 2. At least if you have 2, you can compare the results and kind of get some data. A lot of times people make the mistake, they have one audience, they have one version of ad copy, and they have one creative. So that's not testing.
Right. Somebody just said, oh, all right. They're going crazy. Somebody said, helpful tip. Somebody said, a lot of people neglect data accumulation.
So it's all about really, when you're boiling it down, you're buying data, and the more data that you have, the better decisions that you can make. The better decisions you make, the more money your business can make. So it's hard to make good decisions time after time without good data. Yeah, we can get lucky. We can pick the right number that spins around the roulette, a time, but we're not going to keep doing it. But if we have a data accumulated, that just allows us to make a lot more educated decisions. And that's something that a lot of people neglect. And it's something that also, unfortunately, it takes money and it takes some time to collect that data. It's just not going to come to us because it doesn't even matter what like the next business does. You may want to know that, but all businesses are different. So I need my data. How are people responding to my ads? Because we can have the same type of business, but people can respond differently just because of the face on it. So I need to accumulate my own data. So I have to invest in doing that.
Yes.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
That's it. To my next question. Are you noticing any new social media usage patterns or behaviors amongst consumers during the economic downturn?
Yeah, it's not really my lane too much in terms of, I kind of stick to the social media platforms just to run ads and make money. I mean, I know a lot of people are over on TikTok. I know that short content is also super important. But yeah, it's probably not dropping too much value to the folks at home. But yeah, that's the big thing is really just attention is continuously getting smaller. So that's why TikTok and things like that, where things are condensed in easily consumable, like bite size and snack size content is super, super hot right now. And it's probably going to be that way for a while.
Right. Ooh.
Somebody said, this is super informative. I need to know about the bottom of funnel ads Terry mentioned a few moments ago.
Oh, so I'm sorry, bottom of the funnel. That's just another fancy way to say retargeting. So bottom of the funnel, you have a funnel at the top of the funnel. That's your cold traffic or your prospecting. That means people haven't heard about your business yet. So obviously that's going to be the biggest part of the funnel. If you're running ads and people are seeing your business for the first time, they're at the top of the funnel. Mid funnel is those people that they've seen your ad before, but they haven't like added to the cart or they haven't initiated the checkout. So they're not completely cold, but they also haven't taken any significant action yet. So that's the middle of the funnel. And then bottom of the funnel is retargeted. So those are the people that have taken some type of significant action. They visit your website, they hit the click book a call, but haven't booked it yet. So those are people that kind of like right below taking whatever it is, like your main call to action is. So Bottom of the funnel just means retargeting people that have already entered the top of your funnel.
Gotcha.
For the money in the follow-up. Gotta follow up.
I got one for you. What is the average time you should run ads? Like, what's a good amount of time you should run your ads on a budget?
Yeah, so answer to a lot of these questions is it depends, and this one is the same. It depends, but the thing that depends most on is your budget, because if someone's spending $5 a day, they're going to have to run their ads twice as long as someone that's spending $10 a day to get the same amount of data. Someone spending $50 a day, that person has to wait 10 times as long. So really, it's all about how much money you're spending, but in general, in terms of like that number, it also depends on what your objection is. Because if someone is running ads to get someone to download a lead magnet, sign up for a webinar, get an ebook, they don't have to spend as much money as someone that's trying to run ads to get someone to buy a product, or buy $1,000 product or something like that. So your budget is predicated on what is your desired, not desired because everyone wants desired cost of acquisition to be as low as possible. What's your expected cost per acquisition? So if I'm looking to generate leads, I may be okay with paying $5 to get someone to sign up for my masterclass. But if I'm looking to get someone to buy a $500 product, I'm not going to be able to pay just $5 and get someone to, do that. I may be happy paying $250 to get someone to do that, because that means I paid $250 and I got $500. I got 2 times my money. The math may make sense on that. But if that's the case, I need a bigger budget with that $250 purchase than I do with the 5. So typically what I say is, like, in terms of testing, you want to at least be able to do about 100 times whatever your desired, or not desired, your expected cost per acquisition is. So in that $5 example, 5 times 100 is 500. If the $250 was the acquisition, 250 times 100, what's that? 25,000 or 2,500. But kind of a wide example. But the point there is your budget is going to be predicated on what is it going to cost you to get what it is that you're after with your paid traffic.
Gosh.
Somebody said, they say, I got it. That makes sense. You're enlightening them. This is amazing. So let's wrap it up with the top 2 tips for optimizing retargeting ad spend.
So the first tip is just making sure that it's set up correctly. So, I mean, this is another, I've seen it all for sure, but you definitely want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is correctly installed, so that way that you can retarget as effectively as possible. So taking the time to make sure that that is correct, the data is coming back correctly, is super, super important. It's something that can be overlooked, but you don't want to do that. So that would be number 1, is just making sure that from a tracking perspective, you're solid and you're good to go. Number 2 would be, let me switch it up a little bit. I also segmenting. But again, so if you're super small, like let's say you only have a couple hundred people visiting your site and a couple hundred followers on Instagram and Facebook, you probably just want to lump everything together because the audience is going to be small. But this one is for people that has a little bit more traffic coming through. You may want to segment it so you can see, like, okay, what happens when I targeted people that visited my website but didn't convert versus What happens when I target the people that have engaged with my Instagram but didn't convert? Or what happens when I retarget the people that have watched 75% of the video content that I put out but didn't convert? So if you segment those things and split it out, you can glean some additional information. But again, that tip is for those folks that you at least want to be like in the thousands in terms of audience size. If you just have a few hundred people, just lump them together. So segmentation on retargeting is number 2.
Man, those were some great retargeting insights. Now, for everybody that's on this live, please share your social media handles for them so they can follow you.
Cool. Yeah, you can check me out on Facebook at Terry Foster Consulting, Instagram is Terry Foster Consulting, and website terryfosterconsulting.com. So I'll try to make it easy for you guys to find me. Terry Foster Consulting across the board.
That's right.
Yes, if y'all have any questions, if y'all need any help, any consulting when it comes to Facebook, he is the guy. Please make sure you follow him for more insights, just more knowledge and more wisdom on Facebook, because that's a lot of our pain points, and a lot of business owners are afraid of Facebook ads, but you're also limiting your business from getting in front of more eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And connect with us at Tax Coach Erica and JCheek_advisor. Unfortunately, the event is sold out. So if you don't have tickets, you won't be able to join this greatness. This is the #1 wealth management conference for tax professionals here in Atlanta, Georgia. It'll be November 11th and 12th. It's almost time, but you will be able to come next year. But for those of you that will be in the building, congratulations on taking your career and your putting yourself first, because this is a room you don't want to not be in. So I will see you all on Saturday, and we will see you all tomorrow, where we will be interviewing Mr. Jeff Moore.
Yes.
7 o'clock. Yes. Thank you. Oh, wait, we have some. Wait, they're saying something in the comments.
Oh, we got questions.
Somebody said, I can't wait to tune in during the conference to hear Terry speak. And someone said, I love it. Can't wait to see everybody. So those are the tax professionals that will be in the building. I can't wait to see y'all. We all can't wait to see you all. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you again, Terry, for joining us.
My pleasure. Yeah, I'm excited for Saturday. And thank you guys for tuning in, and can't wait to see you on Saturday.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Signing off.